Welcome back, everyone, to episode 5 of my Donkey Kong Country playthrough. Sorry, in the last episode I had to kind of walk off a little bit awkwardly because I was having some issues with my sinuses going crazy. I think they've been addressed, so we should be able to finish out what we got left of the game here, I think. We're at the very end of the 6th world, and then once we do that, we go straight into the final boss fight, but it's been a very long time. I don't remember. Definitely don't want Donkey or Diddy Kong in the lead here. Aw, I missed a letter somewhere. Whatever. Because this jerk and this jerk require a more heavy-bodied response. Oh, come on. Damn it. We're getting to that point where I'm just starting to get frustrated with how the game's playing. Get out of here. Alright, we did it. That was the part that was just killing me before. Oh. Want any more of these areas. I don't know why I did that. That didn't help me any. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, I was starting to go crazy with those frickin' areas. Are we already at the boss? Wow. Alright, let's do our monkey fact. We will do a couple of monkey facts, because I think we're almost at the end of the game, and I had so many more that I wanted to read. All right, let's skip to a couple of the good ones. That one's no good. Well, this is an interesting one. The first primate in space was a rhesus macaque named Albert. On July 14th, 1949, Albert was sent into space to test the effects of space travel on a body. While he survived the flight, he died when the rocket parachute failed. Aw, that's sad. All right, next one. Let's see. The largest monkey in the world is the male mandrill. It is almost 1 meter, 3.3 feet long, and weighs about 35 kilograms. That one's okay. Oh, yes. The ancient Egyptians considered the Hamadryas baboon to be sacred. One of their gods, Thoth, was regularly drawn as a man with the head of this baboon. All right, so we'll go ahead and move to... We'll delete that, so I know I've already done those. If we have a bunch more levels to go, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're almost at the end. We'll listen to Cranky one more time. He really doesn't like us. Can't keep this level of graphics up for much longer. I like that. We used to be lucky if we got 3 shades of gray, let alone any real colors. We used to have to survive with a 2-frame walk. That's true. Sometimes our sprites used to change size for no apparent reason. They've already done that one. We never had any of this fancy 3D stuff. Oh no, we had to survive on what we had. I've already heard this tip. I was hoping he'd give us some new ones. Floating barrels will break as soon as you touch them. That is correct. All right. Could sit here all day, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let us go to the boss. Necky's Revenge. This was the buzzard, I believe. Sure is. And we couldn't hurt him until he did exactly that. Gotcha. Oh, he does too. Gotcha. Gotcha. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he spits so fast. This one might actually be a challenge. Well, he actually shoots them at you instead of just on the ground. I'm gonna go right. Nope, not kidding. I was gonna do something tricky and that didn't work. All right, that's not too bad. I got that. No, no, no. Come on, get him. No. 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 Nope. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him! It's over! That was not too bad at all. That was simply just playing a distance game with him so that he had to shoot the things in an arc that you could adjust to. That's it. We're at the end of the game. I might just append this to the end of the previous episode. Oh. Get him. Up. And hop. Oh. Hey-o. Hey-o. Oh! It went way too fast that time. I don't know what he's doing. Stopping on me, apparently. Alright, they do give you your buddy back, which matters. Jerk. Jump. I jumped too early, damn it. Gotcha. He jumps, jumps, jumps. And this is where the cannonballs came. Ow, damn it. I like the jaunty little tune they gave to this final boss fight. This feels so, I don't know, anathema to the entire experience and getting to the final boss fight, and you're like, really? This is what they went with? But then it does actually get serious there. Alright, made it. I don't think he can step on him until he throws his crown again. Yep. Alright, gotcha. Leap, leap, leap! Alright, that's not too bad. What does he do now? Just throw the crown again? Oh no, they're coming back. Oh! Oh. Throw the crown. Hop. Oh, I didn't do it. Alright, made it. We're good, we're good, we're good. Hup. Gotcha. I did it! The game's over, quotey fingers. Credits with a K. Coding, Claptrap. Characters, Crusha. Coloring, Critter. Concept, Clump. Commander, King K. Rool, question mark? The end. I do like that touch. This is a very funny touch. The first time you see it, obviously. It's not over yet. Oh! Oh, why did I jump? That was stupid. Fortunately, I think I have to go through all that again. Oh. Oh. Just feels like since it's Donkey Kong's banana horde that we were trying to recover, he should be the one in charge here. Leap. Oh, I almost shorted that. Gotcha. I feel like if you were hitting the deck of your own ship with so many cannonballs, it would just be completely destroyed. Oh, damn it. So close to the end. I guess I should have expected it to kind of go this way. Oh, gotcha. Oh, damn it! I really am not getting the timing on that right. I guess I could just jump through them too. That would work as well. Hup! Oh, look at that dance. I never knew he could do that. Oh. Just sloppy. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Whoa! There we go. Got it. Oh! Alright. Fake credits. Nope, it doesn't even bother the second time! Ooh! Oh, damn it! I jumped too early! So close. I was thinking this was going to be kind of a pushover because I didn't remember it being all that hard the first couple of times I beat the game. But clearly I'm misremembering the challenge of it. At least it lives up to being a last boss from what I'm experiencing right now. Whoa! Gotcha. Ah, damn it, he hesitated! You little bastard. Ah, that... I'm gonna run out of lives. I was worried that might be a thing that would happen, but I was not expecting it at the very end. This is your time, Diddy. Oh, and then he immediately f***ed it up. He did it again! Damn it! Every time I get to him, I'm like, he's just gonna throw it right away. No, he stops. He waits. All right, we're gonna save state this in case they just push me way back a bunch, and I don't want that to happen. Tag, Diddy. This is your time, man. You gotta get this right. There we go. Every time he does that, it just drives me nuts. It's like he does a fake out. I'm gonna throw it. Made it. All right. See, look at that. It's not consistent. Leap, leap, leap. Gotcha. Leap, leap, second stop. I don't know what he does for the third. Oh. Whoo, I made it. Make this be the last. Yes, I think that's it. That's the game. We did it. Oh, boy. All right, we beat it. Well done, Donkey, my boy. Who'd have thought a young whippersnapper like you could have beaten that bunch of no-good Kremlings? You've made an old man proud. Go and look in your hoard. I think you'll be in for a surprise. If I had been playing, I'd have found everything. Oh, is this where they tell you you didn't do the whole game because you missed a bunch of stuff? I'm sure there must be some bonus rooms you haven't found. No, my bananas are back. That's all I care about. Of course, keeping them in a cave in a giant mound like that is sure to make them rot way faster than you would want, so that's a terrible way to store bananas. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Since this is a game that I owned when I was younger, we're going to do the review phase, kind of like we do with Nub's Collection episodes. The good is that I do feel that the game had a really well-balanced difficulty curve for the most part. There were a few levels that I don't think necessarily had really good balance in terms of where they were placed or how difficult they were. Snow Barrel Blast was one of the worst ones in that regard because getting the shots perfectly timed for as long as you had to actually get them was a little bit frustrating. It was something that you could, if you knew where to find the secret barrel underneath the level, bypass altogether. But its placement in the game was a little bit earlier than I would expect to see that kind of level. The first minecart level was also a little bit on the difficult side, but not insurmountable. Some of the later levels, when you would expect the difficulty to start going up, and it actually was pretty difficult, that was fine. I don't have a problem with where those were necessarily placed. I do really like that the levels could be replayed to get extra lives and find hidden levels. It makes it easy to recover from a particularly difficult level, kind of like Snow Barrel Blast, by just heading to one with easy to find one-ups in secret areas, like the very first level of the game. That's an easy spot to farm for that stuff. There's no timer, with the exception of animal bonus areas, and that helps incentivize exploring the levels to find secrets. And every level seems to have multiple secret rooms or hidden one-ups, so you should go back and re-explore those levels. Now, we were just trying to play through the entirety of the game, so I wasn't all that worried about finding every single thing in every level. I was just trying to make it from left to right, basically, for every level. But you have the option of going back and doing that stuff, and there's no timer forcing you to do it fast, so I love that. The cannon barrels had very forgiving timing in this game. You usually make the shot you intend to, even if you're a frame or two late, so the faster moving ones weren't impossible to get right. I know I still struggled with the ones in Snow Barrel Blast, but that level's pretty well known for being difficult. For the most part, it wasn't that bad. There were level-specific gimmicks, like the on-off switches that you would normally find for the rock monsters. The parrot that flashes its light at the camera when you pivot left or right, or the levels where the lights just go on or off. The moving platforms that you have to power with fuel tanks. All of those were fun ideas, and the best part is they don't overstay their welcome. Devs nowadays sink tons of money into specific game mechanics that they want to make the most out of because they spend all that time and effort on it, and they recycle them ad infinitum, even if it doesn't make sense to reuse them sometimes. In Donkey Kong Country, usually you see the gimmick in one level, and that's it. Kudos to Rare for doing that. That was a really good thing on their part. They didn't try to jam all their mechanics in multiple times to justify them. As far as the bad, the majority of the bosses in this game were too easy to defeat. They'd have maybe one trick to figure out, like they'd spit a coconut and you had to wait until it spit out before you could bounce on the head of the buzzard. And most of the bosses were very easy to beat as a result of that singular trick. I'm not saying they needed to be Dark Souls level hard, but maybe just add another wrinkle to each boss. Having a beaver enemy that just kind of lightly hops, and then when you step on it, it lightly hops a little bit faster. That's not really that hard to figure out. They could have made them a little bit harder. Given that some of the levels in this game get as hard as they do, the bosses were lame by comparison. There seems to be no advantage to playing as Diddy Kong in this game. Donkey Kong can stomp larger enemies that Diddy cannot harm, and the hitboxes for both characters feel identical. If Diddy was maybe just a tiny bit faster, that would have made sense because he's small, so he should be able to move around a lot faster in Donkey Kong. But they didn't put that in. They moved the same speed. So really, there is never an advantage playing as Diddy Kong in this game, and that kind of sucks. The bonus areas involving blind barrel shots where you have to shoot straight up in the air to one of, a couple of random channels of bananas and power-ups was never terribly fun or fair to play. It literally boiled down to guess the right spot because you only have one shot at this. And I just didn't love those. Some of the other ones were simple gimmicks and they were fun to do. Those were never fun. The aggressive vertical camera panning made it really hard to track the action that was happening on screen at times. And I'm talking about in levels like Underwater where you had to go up and down certain channels. I think this is why the majority of the levels in the game are just simple left to right horizontal affairs. They couldn't find a good balance for the camera's panning, so they just kept things simple. They didn't have a ton of levels where you went up and down, and it's probably for the best because it sucked. It made it really confusing at times seeing that stuff happen. The moving platforms in this game are inconsistent in their functionality when you take a hit. Sometimes they just stop moving altogether so that you can try to pivot back to them. Sometimes they just kept moving regardless of what happened to you. I really wish they had been consistent about that, and they didn't get that right. As far as the ugly, I would have preferred having the ability to save anywhere instead of needing to go back to a Candy Kong hut to do so. The problem with that is, when you consider that you can literally use Funky Kong to fly back to any world in the game and save at any of those previous Candy Kong locations, gating save points behind a specific point in each world was dumb. You can save whenever you want. Just go back to wherever the previous one was. It seemed like they wanted to include as many unique Kong characters as they could in the game, and they wanted one that was a female character, so they just kind of jammed her into the save system, but why not just make it so you can save anywhere? That was a mistake on their part. Not game-breaking, but yeah, that's why it goes in the ugly, because it's a little nitpicky. There's no reward for combo jumping off of multiple enemies, and that kind of stinks. I know not everything in the world has to be Super Mario, but you literally stomp enemies in this game just like Mario does. So why not reward players for doing the same kind of thing that Mario would do, which is if you manage to land consecutive jumps enough times off of enemies, you get a 1-up. Would have been nice, but they didn't do that. They put animal buddies in the game, and frankly, you don't see them very much. I got a handful. I think I only found the ostrich character one time in the entire game. Once! I would have liked to have seen them more often, other than the bonus levels, because bonus levels is where you see them for the most part. If I was just missing hidden crates, so be it, but they were all but absent in the second half of the game. In fact, I don't think I found a single one in the last world. So that kind of sucked. I wish they had put more of them in there. All right, let's go ahead and give the game a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. I think this game holds up very well. I think it has aged pretty great, even though I do have some minor quibbles about the camera control in the game and maybe the lack of opportunities for extra lives in the later levels, which isn't that big a deal because honestly, you can go back. They let you go back to any level in the game, so if you want to go back to the first area and just grind for levels or extra lives, you could do that. So I'm going to give this an 8 Randars. It's a very fun, very good game. Pretty short. There are secrets that we could have found and I didn't, but I think it has held up very well over time. Now, I think maybe they improved on some of the stuff that they first introduced in this game in the second and third ones. In particular, I think they actually added some additional functionality between the two playable characters to make them more distinct. In this one, it felt like the only major difference is Diddy Kong had a smaller hitbox, and Donkey Kong could destroy enemies that were big and heavy, and Diddy Kong couldn't. And that seemed like the only difference that I could tell. Maybe there was a difference in the instruction manual that made it a little bit more clear, but that was the main differences between the two of them. So it didn't feel like there was really an advantage to playing as Diddy Kong in many situations where Donkey Kong would have benefited you because he could hit enemies that Diddy Kong couldn't kill. And that seemed like the only thing. Even the additional weight that Donkey Kong had didn't really affect whether or not you could break underground secrets. Diddy Kong could break them just as easily, so that didn't make a difference either. So yeah, I think, and I guess we could put that in the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll call that bad. One of the bads is there didn't seem to be much of a difference between the two of them. But yeah, I think this game holds up very well, and it was a lot of fun playing back through it again. So 8 Randars, very good game, very, very good. All right, that's gonna do it for our long play of Donkey Kong Country. I don't know how much extra work it would take to get all the secrets that are left in the game, and I'm not even 100% sure how you get 100%, if it's just finding secret rooms, or getting all the letters in each of the areas, or possibly finishing every level with both Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. I don't remember if those are how you do it, but frankly, we accomplished what I set out to do for this particular long play, which was get to the end of the game. So I'm not worried about getting all those other things. If you're looking for a 100% playthrough, I'm sure there are other channels or videos out there that will be able to do them, and I'm not going to worry about that. That's going to do it for this long play of Donkey Kong Country. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.